acid, they turn mycobacteria. Not all bacteria contain mycolic acid. I just put, once we are doing the gram stain, we can see even the mycobacteria as gram positives. That's why. So it's a part of, when you are going to compare, don't put here. Just for the comparison, I put safe. So gram stain, I am earlier put in LMS. It is key staining process which help to differentiate bacteria into two main groups as gram positives and gram negatives. So it's a simple technique. It was invented or developed by late 1970s. So that is in the 17th century by the Christian Graham. So you know this, I think you are familiar with this. So you have to know what is the primary steps, ammonium crystal violet, what is the function or action, color, then what is Lugolcidine, I said it's a mordant, what is the action, then use of alcohol as a decolorizing agent. So I said, just to recall, once doing the crystal violet staining, if it is a gram positive, it remains as violet or purple color. So then adding the iodine, Lugolcidine will further enhance this process because crystal violet is positively charged, iodine is negatively charged, they trap within the peptidoglycan layer. So once through the third step, with the decolorizing, if bacteria, what we stain, so bacteria contain thin peptidoglycan layer, it will wash. I said if it is a gram positive one, it will persist. So at this stage, if we look through the microscope, if it is a gram positive, this color will persist. But if it is a gram negative, you may see as colorless. Then we add in the sapronino counter stain. So once counter stain is added, if it is gram positive, only background will stain and gram positives will remain as violet. Background will appear as pink. But if it is a gram negative, now it is at the colorless stage and will stain with the sapronine as pink color. So gram negatives seen as pink color. Other advantage is, apart from this gram positive and negative, we can see the morphology as well. As is it as a coccus, cocci, or as a rhodobacillus. So here you can see the rod as well as tiny gram positive coccus, gram positive rods. Here much more. You can see gram negative rods, thick rods. Here gram positive chains. Same way application is there discussed. Bit about the bacterial growth. I think now you are familiar with this stuff because the assignment it has you all have answered well. So bit of bacterial growth curve. So we have to know about these axes, x and y. X, that is time. Y, that is the log number of bacteria. Number of bacteria in log terms. So initially, this will say we are taking some bacteria and going to put into a culture media. So once we have inoculated, imagine now, and it depends. Every bacteria, it's not a fixed one or constant one. It depends on the bacteria, different type of bacteria species. Because anyway, they all possess a lag space. So lag means there's no increase in the number. number will remain constant. This is the period where they tend to adapt to the environment. Even though it's a highly nutritious environment, if it is a highly nutritious environment, like this is short. If it is a rough environment, nutrition less environment, lactase is prolonged. Once they adapt, now there's exponential growth. Log growth, exponential growth is there. So this is the period where very much important antibiotics will go and act. At the same time, we do the antimicrobial susceptibility testing during this log growth exponential phase. That is the clinical application. Station repairs, there is no such. I mean, application-wise, even bacteria antibiotics can still act. But station repairs, there is a balance, death rate and reproduction. Or even are same. Here constant, only difference is number. Then in a certain period, this in the surface or within the agar, the nutritious material all consumed. Some may decay. So now bacteria going to die. At the same time, this dying bacteria may produce toxins to themselves. So there's a rapid, drastical decline phase, logarithmic phase, so decline phase, and another adaptation. But the time frame depends. So here bit, same thing, excess of growth, death, as I said, nutrient consumed, pH is too low. So there is a chemostat. Keeps microbial growth at low stage by draining off loose media and replacing with new nutrients. Bacterial growth and reproduction, growth requirements. So there are physical requirements and chemical requirements. Physical requirements, we know temperature, pH, humidity. Chemical requirements, the nutrition, carbon, nitrogen, phosphorus, sulfur, and other microelements. About the optimal growth temperature, depending on the their favor, we classify them as psychropiles, mesophiles, and thermophiles. Psychropiles, the optimal growth temperature is around 15 centigrades or less than 15. Mesophiles, in most of the bacteria who acts on us are mesophiles. They range from 25 to 40 centigrades, while thermophiles are 50 to 60. Even nowadays, scientists have found that these thermophiles may survive in the volcanoes. Other thing is thermophiles we use to test the accuracy of sterilization techniques. So when we do this sterilization and disinfecting, you will understand, because there are chemical modes of testing. We want to actually has the bacteria reach or the content reach to appropriate temperature. So there are thermophiles, they may survive even up to 120, 112. So based on those bacteria, we can use as an indicator. pH. Another one, most bacteria grow between 6.5 to 7.5. Moles and yeast grow between 5 to 6 pH. Acidophils grow in acidic environments. Osmotic pressure. So you know hypertonic, hypotonic, and normal state. So hypertonic environment, where the salt concentration is high. Even we can create this hypertonic environment, salt, sugar. So they close leads to plasmolysis. At the same time, extreme obligate halophiles. Halophiles means they like salt, require high osmotic pressure. There are facultative halophiles tolerate high osmotic pressure. Requirements for growth: chemical, physical, then chemical. So as we all know, carbon is a fundamental element. It's required by means of energy source. Chemoheterophils use organic carbon source. Autotrophs use carbon dioxide. Likewise, it's there. The requirement for growth of chemicals.